My thoughts on the fight overall are kind of what I said beforehand. I saw him in training one day, and it looked as though he was training to stalk. And I said, if you stalk Tank and you're not known for having a granite chin, why would you stalk a puncher? Tank is a boxer puncher. His punches probably just a tad bit better than his boxing, but his boxing ain't bad either. So he's a boxer puncher, and it's really negotiable which one he's best at right now. So that being said, why would you stalk a guy who you know can punch like a bulldog? If you stalk him, then quite naturally what's gonna happen is just what I said. He gonna catch you instead of you catching him, and the fight just be within 6 to 9 rounds, he'll get you out because you're fighting the wrong fight. He fought the wrong fight, and that's what happened. What's next for Ryan? I'm not really sure. I'll probably go back up to 140 and see how he feels, but you know, it's a tough thing for him. He'll have to go to school and study some guys who knew how to negate boxing, even though they've been knocked down a few times. Tito Trinidad did it. Andre Ward, the master at it. You got to be able to negotiate with how you gonna fight, because when a guy's been down early, then everybody know he's susceptible to go down. But you didn't see Andre go down in many of the big fights, with the exception of Kovalev, because he knew what he could and what he could not do, or what risk, because he ain't gonna risk not to take, because he understood who he was. If you don't understand who you are, then you have a problem. For Ryan to go out and stalk Tank means that Ryan really not being true with who he is, or maybe somebody gave him the wrong game plan. I don't know, it's hard to say. So what's next for him? I'm not really sure, but it's gonna be tough for him doing everything now, because now everybody will just go out and try to get to his chin. Well, for me, who do I want to see Tank fight next? For me, a great fight for Tank would be the winner of the Lomachenko Devin Haney fight, because that fight is another fight of two good fighters, one with no losses, one with maybe 2 losses or 3 losses, but the losses he got aren't like losses where he got destroyed or got beat up bad or got knocked out. He got legitimate losses that, like, I mean, to Teofimo, and matter of fact, Teofimo, I forget the other guy, but them may be the only 2 he got. And he never lost to a fighter that really didn't come in the ring heavier than him. So that would be a very interesting fight to see him fight the one of that fight, because we don't know who's gonna win that fight yet, but because Devin will come in the ring heavier than him, so we don't know. But they also know each other, because I'm sure Tank and Haney have sparred, so they know each other. Him and Loma don't. But the thing about Loma is, when he tried to fight Tank back in the day, Floyd wasn't ready for Tank to take that step up yet, so it didn't happen. So in Loma's mind, he probably thinks he's better than Tank, but Tank has matured very well as a fighter, and I think that'd be a great fight too. So either one of whoever wins the Loma Haney fight, I think it's a big payday with Gervonta Davis. And then after that, of course, the winner of that fight, you got to give Shakur Stevenson a shot. So there it is. I know. Do I think the rehydration clause played a factor in the outcome? No, I do not. They both seem pretty good at that point, and you know, this is what people fail to realize. Even back in my day, and I don't like to refer to myself, I'm just telling you how it happened. When they made me weigh in the day of the fight when I fought Bernard the first time, I weighed in at 159.5 at 9 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock that night, I was 179.5. That's 20 pounds. So if they made him weigh in that morning after the weigh-in, he could not be over 146, but he had that whole day to still get up to whatever he wanted to get up to. I did it in one day. So I'm pretty sure if he wanted to rehydrate up more, he could have. So I don't think it played a factor. And the fact that he gave into a body shot kind of tells you that rehydration definitely was not a factor. The reason I think giving into a body shot has nothing to do with the rehydration is because the rehydration process, if you can't get up to the weight you want to be at, you're going to be slow, you're going to be lethargic, you're not going to have as much energy, because your body feel like it didn't get everything it needed to get back to the form to be able to do what you had to do. He was not slow, he was not lethargic, he had great energy, and a lot of people think he didn't get hit with a good shot. Not true, and I'm going to tell you why. 2 things you know in boxing right away. This is how I knew right away. He caught him when he was throwing a punch. That's the worst time to get hit, is right after you throw a punch. He hit him, and as soon as it made contact, that arm snatched down. That's not nothing you think to do. That's a reaction to I'm hurt. Then he immediately took off that way. When you take off that way, and the arm come down, you take off that way. Yeah, now we getting somewhere. Well, right away when that happened, you seen Tank say, "Whoa," cause Tank, you saw his lips. You don't realize. I don't know if he said, "Whoa," what is it? But you saw his lips say something to that degree. But in boxing, that's what happens. So when I see guys back up, I be like, come on, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Because that's what a good body shot does to you. So when you see him snatch that arm down and take out south, something has happened really, really bad. He did all those things. So if you don't know boxing, you may not know that. But it's evident from both sides that the body shot hurt, because Tank knew it right away. So did Ryan. Ryan knew it a step before Tank, but they both knew it right away. Is Tank the current face of boxing? I can't necessarily say he's the face of boxing, because that would be taken away from the Canelo Alvarez's of the world, and the Tyson Furies of the world, and the Usyks of the world, and the B-Balls of the world, and Devin Haney's and Lomachinkos of the world. I mean, it's a lot of really good faces in boxing right now. So I can't say he's the face, but I do tell you this: he's definitely one of the top 5 pound-for-pound boxers fighting right now. And people don't want to give him that credit, but it's a fact. He showed something, just like I told people, Devin Haney showed me something when he went all the way to Australia and beat this man in front of a crowd of 50,000 twice, and he's only 23 years old. That speaks volume. But Tank showed me something in this fight, again, which I already said, and to be honest, I already knew it, but just to see him do it again made me feel good, because I understand, right? He took the guy out there. He got adjusted to what the guy was doing. It took him a round or two to let him get comfortable with it. Once he realized what it was, bam, he shocked him. When he shocked him, he failed. So now you got him on your game plan. And after that, he moved around a little bit more, let the fire die down, because we know Ryan is sharp-eared, and I spoke about Ryan being sharp-eared. So he was smart. He didn't engage in no exchanges. He didn't give Ryan nothing early. Because if you think about what I said last week before the fight, I said, if he can withstand not getting damaged early, he'll be fine late. He didn't take no punishment early. He didn't have no cuts. He didn't have no bruises. He didn't have nothing, because Ryan really fought totally different than I would have expected him until I saw that video of him working out. Then I realized he had the wrong game plan. Now I didn't know if it was for show or if it was for real. But apparently it was for real, because he fought just like he looked like he was fighting in the video. And that's what happened. So ultimately, no, he's not necessarily the face, but he is a real good face in the boxing right now.